So in this video, we are going to look at how to format in Excel. And you'll notice that we're on the Accounting and Currency tab, and we see different values typed in column A. If we go to cell A2, we'll notice that the value in there is 483.1. As we move down these cells with the arrow key, you'll notice that different values are in these cells. And so in this format, Excel is going to display it in a way that it can view it. So we have 4 decimal points, or 4 numbers after the decimal point in this cell, but it's only going to display 2 because that's how much room it has. In cell A10, you'll notice that this is a very large number, and it's written in scientific notation here in order to fit that value in. And in column C, we see that we have different values here, and we're going to change or update this format for column C to be accounting, and I'll make that change now. And you'll notice now that we have them as accounting, the number in cell C10 is too large to view, so we can adjust the column width for that cell. And now we can view it. You'll notice that accounting takes negative values, right? Negative values, puts them in parentheses. And it also puts the dollar sign or the currency sign all the way to the left-hand side of the cell. So now we'll look at the format for currency. And we'll notice that there's a few differences in these values, and it's most obvious through this set of cells here. And the first thing that you'll probably notice is the difference in negative values. Accounting has parentheses that are used for negative values, and currency is going to put a minus sign outside of the currency symbol. We'll also notice that 0 values for accounting have a dash mark, and 0 values for currency have 0.00. So there's some differences between these two. And what you'll also notice is that the currency sign, in this case the dollar sign, is displayed right next to the value and not left aligned. And in many cases, those formats will work for what we're trying to do, but sometimes we may want to develop a custom format to display something that Excel doesn't have pre-built. And so in this cell, I'm going to use the number formatting shortcut of Control-1. And it's going to bring up the dialog box in order to format the cells. And one thing you'll notice is that there are different tabs here. And we can actually use our arrows to navigate between each tab. So that's one way to navigate between each tab. Once we're in a tab, there's a couple of different ways that we can navigate around. Right? So we could hit the tab key. And so now we're in the category, and we could use our arrow keys to come up with different values that we wanted here. You'll also notice that some of these letters have underlines, and so if I wanted to move directly to the decimal places, I could hold down the Alt key and press D, and that's going to take us to the decimal point, and then I could use the arrows if I wanted to, or I could simply type in a value. And so if I wanted to go to 3, I could there, and then we could use Shift and Tab in order to get back up to the different tabs in this Format Cells dialog. Here we have different ways that we can align these cells. Again, you'll notice that some of these letters are underlined. And so if I wanted to go to merge cells, and I won't actually go through with it, but if I wanted to merge cells in this case, I could hold down Alt and then press the letter M. And you'll notice that it highlighted that cell or that value there that we wanted to control. And we could toggle with the space bar here for these different boxes. So as I press the space bar, that's going to toggle between the options in Excel. I can hold down Shift and Tab again. You'll notice that moves back up these different values, up to the point where we could get to the Alignment tab again, and then we could use our arrows. And so there's different ways to use this dialog. If I wanted to hit escape, I could get out of that. And again, I could hold down Control and hit the number 1 in order to get that dialog box back open.